Hello and welcome back to Wildlife Walk number 10. If you're new to the Wildlife Walk series, then we go out and we do a 7-mile walk and see what wildlife we can find and photograph. I take you along with me and you see what I do behind the scenes to get my wildlife photos, and you also get to see the amazing wildlife. Now today you can see the sun has come out. It's the middle of winter, February, and so it's been really cold and wet for too long, but finally the sun's come out and so I had to too. And yeah, hopefully we'll see some awesome wildlife and get some good photos. And we got our first sighting. Now there was a blackbird up on this tree. Now this tree has ivy growing on it and the blackbird was eating the ivy berries. It had a beautiful background, quite bright because the sun is behind me. As you can see, I probably blinded you. So that means there's quite a lot of white in the background. Not ideal, but also it's not too much of an issue. It adds a nice lot of contrast to the black bird. So hopefully I got some good photos of him with the berries in his mouth, but I'll show you those photos now. Okay, so I can hear a woodpecker. It sounds like it's coming from straight ahead. I can hear it hammering on some wood. Now, they're very hard to find and I hear them quite often, but hopefully I'm gonna have a look, and if I find it, then I'll show it to you. Okay, so I just realized my microphone wasn't plugged in, meaning I'll be using the camera's audio for some of that, but I've got my microphone back plugged in now, so hopefully it'll be okay. I'm using the Canon 250D, if you're curious, so that's what the audio looks like on the built-in microphone, but I've narrowed it down. I believe the woodpecker is in one of these trees, but I can't see him. I can still hear him every now and then, so hopefully he'll keep calling and we'll eventually see him. He may be round the other side of the tree from where we are, and if that's the case, then we're not going to see him. But if he flies, or if he just comes around to our side of a tree, or he's just hidden and I haven't seen him yet, then hopefully we will still get a chance. And you won't believe it, but we actually found the woodpecker. So I've taken some photos and I got a bit of video. I don't have a tripod for the video and I'm using the Canon 7D Mark II, which isn't the best for video anyway, but I took some video so you can see it's real. And yeah, we got some photos. Again, not perfect because it's quite a long way away, but that's not the point. The point is we heard the woodpecker and we found the woodpecker, even though the chances were very small. So I'm now going to carry on moving because this is a wildlife walk where we keep walking and find lots of different wildlife. So I'm going to keep walking, but in the meantime, I'll show you those woodpecker photos. And the crazy thing is, I think I can still hear woodpeckers. I feel like there's one behind me in that direction, over that way, and one in front of me. They seem to be everywhere and you can hear them calling each. Now they're clearly marking their territory or saying, I'm here, this is mine, showing their strength by hammering on the wood. If we find any more, I will show you because they're such a cool animal. They are fairly common, but they're still awesome to look at. But we're not going to focus on them. But yeah, I just thought, they're everywhere. I can hear them behind me, to the right, to the left. So yeah, who knows? This is clearly woodpecker time to start calling, and it is coming into spring, so if birds are going to start being territorial, now is the time, which is great because it means all the animals are out fighting for territories and we can see them all and take photos of them. Okay, so I've stepped about 5 meters off the path is just behind me, but there's lots of trees this way and there's all this kind of rubbish on the floor. There's just forest litter really, and there were some long-tailed tits in here which were just too far from the path, so I came a tiny bit in. It also meant that these branches above me were out the way, and I think I got some good photos. But as I was then standing here, I was watching a great tit over there. Now I took a photo of this great tit thinking I could show you, maybe it would come closer. And then as I was looking and the great tit flew across, I saw a woodpecker on a tree really not far away at all. And yeah, as I say, I thought I could hear one in front of me. Well, I think I found it now. The woodpecker is through a lot, and I mean a lot, of sticks. I had to manual focus it because the autofocus couldn't do it, which means the images are not going to be super sharp. My manual focusing skills, yeah, they're decent if I've got time, but with the woodpecker, they're probably not going to be the best. But I'll show you those photos, and it was great to see. Now after I took the photos, he flew across and I can't see him anymore. All of the little birds have also gone, so I think I'm going to move on from this spot, but it's a very nice spot, and honestly, I'm considering coming back here in the future. I might do a video where I just set myself up here and sit for a couple of hours and see what comes. Tell me what you think of that, because yeah, that's something I'm interested in doing, and if you are too, just comment it down below. And if you have any other video ideas while you're at it, comment them down below, because I'm always interested. Now some bird has just landed up on that tree. I'm going to get a photo. I can't see. Oh no, it's flying across. Is that a chaffinch? I think it might have been a chaffinch, but it's flown away now. So yeah, I'm going to keep walking and see what else we can find. And we are now on a golf course, but on our way here, we saw a robin. The robin was clearly displaying to a female who had his chest puffed out and his head up, which is their kind of displaying stance. And so I got this photo of the robin. So that was a cool behaviour to get. And then there was also a buzzard. Now the buzzard was flying overhead and I only saw it as it was above me, and so I was quickly trying to pack away the vlogging camera because this was just after the last clip, and I had to grab my 7D, but as I say, I was packing up the 250D, so it was a bit complicated. And I believe I see another buzzard over there as we're talking about the buzzard, but I'll finish talking about the other one. No, my bad, it's a kite actually, I've just seen its tail. So anyway, I was packing up the vlogging camera and quickly had to grab the 7D Mark II, which means the exposure on the photos wasn't perfect. I didn't have quite enough time to dial it in properly, and so the photos are a little dark, as in the buzzard itself is dark because it's exposing for the background. But anyway, here are those photos. And we have left the golf course and are now walking towards the farm, which is the final destination on the wildlife walk. Now it's quite windy, so I hope the audio is alright, but on the golf course we didn't find much wildlife actually, but we did find some daffodils. Now I took some very cool photos of the daffodils. It was nothing special, I just got nice and low down with them, so it was a different perspective on them. And in fact, one of them was so nice, I think I'm going to make it my phone lock screen, because yeah, it was a really nice photo. So now we're just walking to the farm. Now on the farm there are 100% cows all the time because it's a farm. So even if there's no wildlife, we will have something to photograph, but hopefully we will see some animals there as well. So I'll see you when we get to the farm. And we are now on the farm. So I've already seen a dunnock and taken some really cool photos of the dunnock. I was trying to get the reflection in the water. Now if you look at the photos I've taken, you can see there is water at the bottom of some of them, not all of them, but of some of them where I tried to. And the dunnock never came close enough to the water to actually get that reflection I was looking for, but we still got some photos of the dunnock. Now as you can see, it's still beautifully sunny, which means lots of light. Does mean there's also big shadows, so for smaller birds we do get quite strong shadows, but we can always work with that afterwards. That's okay. So I'm going to stay here for about another hour unless I freeze to death, because it is actually quite cold. The clear sky means it's really quite cold. So if I do get photos, I'll show them to you now, but I think I'm going to say goodbye, and please like and subscribe. Comment if you have any video suggestions or questions you want to ask me, and I will see you in the next one.